The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
It's Jay. Welcome to another edition of the Seminole Nation Radio program. Today is July 7th. I'm your host, Bo Whitekiller, here at the KWSH studios at the legendary 1260 KWSH with Dennis on the board as engineer. Got in Chief here, Chief CHILCOAT in the studio today. We have a little chat with him shortly. Just want to bring you up to speed on some of the things that's happening within the nation and get some information out regarding COVID assistance and currently the situation regarding those things. A little busy today, Chief. A little busy today.
Yes.
We got a late start today on the program, but we're trying to handle things and do that juggling act and make sure that everything's taken care of, Seminole Nation-wise. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jeremy Fultz and Mark, who's handling the virtual ITC today. Today is InterTribal Council Day, and so they're going virtual. So some of you that are familiar with InterTribal Council, these are some of the meetings that happen periodically, quarterly, I should say.
Yes.
And they're usually at one of the resorts or casinos, and today is a virtual day, so it's kind of a sign of the times of how things are going. We're going virtual. I know for my committee meeting, the administrative support, they're handling business now, and then we'll have one this afternoon, which I'll be able to get online and follow that. But I just wanted to say thank you for those guys. They're taking care of that for me this morning. Before we get started, I want to give a couple birthday shout-outs to Sissy Bean Coker, Kevin Tiger, Julia Shorty Harjo, Ralston Haley, IHS nurse Candace Lowry, Thomas Kuhn, Sonia Burgess, and Wes Ralston, and also a happy anniversary to Rebecca and Walter Larney. Today we have a funeral service going on for Jimmy Lou Harjo, age 65, a former resident of Seminole County. She passed away Thursday, July 2nd, 2020, at her home in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. A wake service is scheduled, or was held, I should say, last night. And then the funeral service is scheduled for 2 p.m. today at Swearingen Funeral Home Chapel in Conawa. Burial will follow at Vamusa Cemetery with the Reverend Arthur Carpich officiating. Casket bearers are Jonathan Walker, Peyton Hunter, Ron Gibson, Adam Harjo, Stephen Harrison, and Travis Hunter. Honorary bearers are Noah Harjo, Francisco Porras Campos, David Martin, Charles Allen, Charles Warrior, Dale Chisholm, and Felix Martin. Jimmy was born May 13th, 1955 in Pawnee, Oklahoma, to Almond Harjo and Joanne Wolf Harjo. She graduated from Butner High School in Cromwell and was a member of the Pentecostal Church of God in Conawa. And she was a tribal dispatcher for many years at the Tonkawa Police Department. She married Johnny Ray Harjo on April 19th, 1996 in Conawa. She loved spending time with her grandchildren, and she loved to watch movies. As we get closer and closer to the school year, we get some announcements following the 2020 Fall Higher Education BIA Scholarship application is now available and online. If you are attending a higher education institution and would like to apply for this, go to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma website, sno-nsn.gov, for the PDF download. You'll see a July 3rd link, and you'll be able to download it from that. I think it's on the main site. It's on the main page of the website, so you should be able to see it. But it is the Higher Education BIA Scholarship, so go check it out, download it, fill it out, download it, and return it back to Clara at our 215 East Evans office. Or you may contact her at 405-716-6040. That's 405-716-6040 for specific information. The COVID-19 assistance application drop box is located at the Woolka Tribal Complex entrance. Please do not use the BCR Tag Agency or Miccosukee Mission drop box for application drops. Just use the one at the Woolka Tribal Complex only. Big black box, you can't miss it. And speaking of the emergency assistance application, I do have a notification from officials that due to the high volume of applications received and limited staffing during this period, repeat phone calls of individual COVID-19 emergency assistant check statuses are delaying our normal processing time. We understand that tribal members need their money. We are working daily on getting checks out. If we are repeatedly answering calls to look at people's checks, it delays the processing time much more. Please share Mado. And that is just an example of some of the volumes of mail that comes in daily. I think I asked the receptionist yesterday. I said, how many applications do we receive today? And it was a little over 200, I believe. So, and that's steadily how they've been coming in that way. So
yeah, there's a large amount that's been coming through steadily to the complex. They're working on it daily to get that stuff processed and to get it out. Sorry about that. Apparently I'm not close enough to the mic. But yeah, they've been working on that steadily.
Yeah, along with the regular jobs and just trying to do day-to-day operations with this on top of it. It's just one of those things we're trying to work through, and it's just just a situation. We'll work through it. And we'll get through it.
Yeah, it's just a challenging time, and with all the different things going on, and we're just trying to, like you said, just trying to stay diligent on our duties, on our task with this, to get those things processed for the people.
Mm-hmm. So with the emergency assistance applications and the systems being down, if you tried to send it by email, please be aware at the time, we're encouraging to send postal mail and drop box at the complex office as the means of getting the information to. Be advised, complex offices are currently not open to the public. Applications are online at the tribal website, sno-nsn.gov. Look for the COVID-19 application assistance tab, and you'll have a drop-down box and be able to download it from there. You also have applications hard copies at the 3 convenience store locations, Woolka OAP, Miccosukee Mission Transit bus stops, and at the complex bus stop, drop box, I should say, as well. Tag office is continuing to be open to process requests through the mail and drop box. The lobby will remain closed to the public until the state of emergency is lifted for the Seminole Nation. Tag office will process requests dropped off at the office while you wait in your vehicle as long as you arrive before 3:30 p.m. Please call the office after you drop your registration documents off. Let them know you're waiting. Please be aware the office will not accept cash at this time. If you have any questions about the BCR Tag office, please contact 405-382-8617. That's 405-382-8617 regarding BCR Tag office information. COVID-19 testing still continues at the Woolka Indian Health Service with their drive-through testing, and also at the Seminole County Health Department in partnership with the Oklahoma State Department of Health at the Woolka site and the Seminole sites. For more information on COVID-19 testing, please call 877-215-8336. That's 877-215-8336 regarding COVID-19 testing. Operations at the Woolka, Conowal, River Mist, and I-40 casinos are currently closed. There'll be an implemented plan of deep cleaning going on and ongoing with sanitizing as an immediate risk mitigation measures. Please watch the SeminoleNation.casino website. That's www.seminole-nation.casino for the latest information. And finally, the Summer Meals for Kids program. This is meals provided by the Chickasaw Nation Summer Food Program in conjunction with the Seminole Nation Food and Nutrition Services. Summer Meals for Kids, Feeding Our Future. Free lunches for children and teens ages 1 through 18, June 1st through August 8th. Okay, it's ongoing to August 8th. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Seminole Nation Food and Nutrition Services located at Miccosukee Mission. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer. Due to COVID-19, children do not have to be present. Children do not have to be present. And that's a little bit of our news information from the area. Again, with this time, we're continuing to adjust, fire, and shoot, move, and communicate through the COVID-19 pandemic. In studio, you've heard him earlier. We have Chief Greg CHILCOAT here today, just to share some insight, some of the things that's been going on within the nation last week or so. I did want to make an update. Today, there was no Supreme Court movement as far as the McGirt versus Oklahoma. So those of you that's been following the McGirt versus Oklahoma, there's been no decision made today. Still waiting any type of opinion on that. But that's one of the things that's happening within our area. COVID-19 response, Chief. Where are we at? What's going on? What would you like to share with us today? And
well, before I get started, I want to thank Dennis and the radio station KWSH 97.7 for allowing us to have an opportunity to come online to be able to share some information again with the general public. Want to also thank you, Bo, for your information that you provided as well. I want to extend my condolences to the families who have lost loved ones, and then to support their families as they go through this trying time and facing a loss of a loved one.
absolutely.
Want to say happy birthday to those who have birthdays out there. This is a very, very trying time for all of us, for our families out there in the community. There's a lot of concerns, about their well-being. We are a group that are highly susceptible, to certain things, and I think this COVID-19 makes it a major concern for us in how we function on a daily basis. In regards to this COVID-19, I mean, there's been so many different changes that's taken place in how we operate on a daily basis now. I mean, as we all know, we have, due to this COVID-19, have been shut down due to the state of emergency and the concerns that it brings all of us in regards to how we operate on a daily basis. That's totally changed due to that. It affects so many different people and from all different walks. And we are trying to be diligent and trying to mitigate that as best we can. There's been some concerns out there in regards to our casinos and in regards to this COVID-19. In regards to there's processes that are in place that in order for us to be able to mitigate the risk of this inside our operations, and we take those very seriously. And so and that's some of the reasons why we've needed to do that sanitization and do tracing. We trace those people who have had potential of that type of an effect, whether it be on them, on their families, or on an individual who might have COVID-19. We take all those things into play and try to handle those decisions responsibly, and we do take it very seriously. And I'm very very mindful, and I'm very proud of the efforts that Gaming Enterprise for our casinos, what they're trying to do. Of course, they have during this timeline, the complex, the nation has been shut down. So has the casinos for a long period of time as well. And we're trying to get that reestablished. It's very difficult bringing them back up and to continue to operate during this timeline due to the fact that they haven't been able to operate. And so they are our major revenue source for the nation. And we've been able to use different avenues provided for us to be able to sustain. Well, we're having to take a long look at how we're going to operate moving forward with gaming. You know, they've been shut down for so long, and then trying to get reestablished, it makes it very difficult for them to. They're not going to start back at the same place that they left from.
Right, and it takes a fair amount of chunk of change to restart. It's just like anything else.
Yes.
Family, individual. In order to restart, you're going to have some type of fallback to help you and assist you.
Yes, and you have to have some time. And time can be good and it can be bad. It's left us with some unique challenges moving forward that we'll have to look at and how to address those challenges due to the fact that gaming, we've had to open it back up and then take some time to do certain things. Well, that creates an instability as far as how we operate or how we've been operating. And so there's some struggles with that. And so we have to take that into consideration and figure out how to bring everything back through gaming as best we can. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to work through and mitigate and protect everybody as well.
What's a misconception from, I'll say, just a tribal member that may think that our revenue sources come from elsewhere? What are some things that you could kind of clarify to tribal members out there that are listening, as far as like COVID monies? Can we use that to shore up some of our revenues?
No, what the COVID money is to help mitigate any. I'm trying to think. Prevent.
Some of the prevention areas that they've included at the casinos are probably some of the responses that the COVID money's been used, like sanitization, things like that.
Yes, that's essentially what that money is for, is to help mitigate the risk of COVID-19 moving forward. It is not a revenue. It's not a revenue piece. Mm-hmm. It's not a revenue piece for us to be able to pull in from to cover anything as far as revenue for the nation or for gaming enterprise. It is just it's just been a funding available to help mitigate, to help prevent COVID-19 as we move forward, to help mitigate it, to help try to prevent it. And that's what its sole purpose is for.
With the casino shut down as the primary revenue source, what are some of these challenges that we do face that we could look at facing as a nation?
Well, I can tell you that we have some challenges that we have to face and look at strongly as a nation, because if our revenue source is unstable, and the casinos are our major revenue source, if it's unstable, it leaves us with many challenges on how we are to function as a nation moving forward and operating on a daily basis. This has challenged us in many different ways, and not only with how we function normally between many different factions within the nation, but how we operate internally, because it's a very scary situation. It's a very scary time. We have to be mindful, very thought conscious about how we address all of these things moving forward, because that has a lasting effect on us. It does.
The power is in the people. What kind of words of encouragement can you give the people during this time, as far as Seminole Nation operations as we move forward?
That there is, in regards to the people, there is a lot of people within the nation that are working diligently to help move this nation forward during this trying time. I will vouch for them in regards to their efforts. I'm actually very proud of the efforts that are being done to do the right thing, to stay the course in regards to having the integrity that the Seminole Nation people deserve. And I'm very proud of their efforts. and the way they're coming together to use their thoughts to look at the best for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Very proud of that.
What are some things as far as how is it going with the COVID assistance checks? How are those being? How are things in that realm?
I mean,
is there something you can share with that?
No, as they come in, as those applications come in, there's about I'd say there's probably about 8 people that have a responsibility to the process of that, and they're all working systematically to be able to get that application processed. They have their process set up, where it goes, what's going, how it goes to where, and to vet it, to check to stamp it in, to record it in, to the next step, to check, to verify, to the verifying of the application, to the accounting, to the treasury. It's
a fine tooth comb operation. I've had a chance to kind of watch them and follow them through. So
yes,
they're doing a really good job of it.
No, they have been, and then when they come across some challenges, they sit and try to analyze. They work together to be able to smooth it out.
Right. What are some challenges you kind of foresee in the next few months? The big unknown is how this COVID virus is going to affect everyone personally, day-to-day operationally. What are some things that Seminole Nation is looking at as we proceed forward, like a reopening? What are some of the things we're looking at?
As everybody across, I think that's a big question for everybody, is to look to see it. Nobody really has a really good answer on that. We're so vulnerable in this timeline with this COVID-19, as you see across the media and everything, all the different challenges that are faced through this, the changes that are going on with COVID-19. It presents the same problem for us as well, to make a decision on when would it be safe to open back up, trying to put the things in place to mitigate it, to help prevent it as best we can, looking at the protocols and how to mitigate it the best possible way, knowing that you might not be 100% on all of that, but working to do your best. And that's the challenge. There's no really answer to it because things change so fast. Right. And so it leaves us with so many other questions. Just in regards to this CARES Act, so many things changed along the way. They started out with this, then it's been something totally different after a period of time. And so it's no different here. We are looking at this and trying to use our discernment on how to approach it. Do we say, well, we give a date of when we're going to open up? Well, does it change? Does it present even more of a problem moving forward with that? Yes, I'd say so. We've tentatively put down some dates to think about opening back up, but it's not been the right time due to the fact we're trying to look out for the best interest of everybody in mind.
Yeah, and like you said, the environment changes. When you set something down like that, you have to analyze it and look at it and see, like you said, the best interest for that.
Yeah, we have to look at the best interest as a whole on all of that, and be mindful of that. It's a very difficult situation.
When you look at the whole picture of the Seminole Nation during this time, what comes to mind? When you're quiet and you're sitting back and you're thinking about all the responsibilities that you got as the chief of the Seminole Nation, what is something that you could share with us and the listeners of what you think about in the quiet times?
The strength the strength of the individuals that have all of them, I mean, that have stepped up to try to work together. It's more than just one person that comes together on something this large. There's a lot of people that are looking out for the best interest of the nation, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the efforts that's been made. That's what I'm most proud of. The integrity too, the integrity of the individuals and how they're trying to work to move the nation forward. This is definitely a struggle. We never came into this thinking that something like this was going to take place, and now today it has. And so we're collectively looking and using our thoughts together to come up with the best solution of how we can move the nation forward in a caring way, and with the integrity in check. And that's what we want. And I think that those individuals, I believe those individuals are doing that, and that's what I'm most proudest of.
Chief, you got the final word.
Well, I just want to say that in regards to this timeline, in regards to the struggles that we've been facing through this timeline with COVID and other challenges that we face on a daily basis, that through the end of this, the strength of the Seminole Nation, the strength of the people, the voice of the people, at the end of the day, when we're done with this, we'll be stronger for it on the other side. I feel, again, the compassion, the discipline, and the integrity of the individuals working within that nation has been seen, and I feel that they have exemplified what is good for the Seminole Nation to help them move forward. So with that being said, blessings to all out there, all the listeners, blessings to their families during this trying time, and I hope that you keep an open mind, to all these different challenges that we face, and to understand that we're working very diligently on your behalf as the Seminole Nation people, and I'm very honored to be a part of that, and I'm very honored to be in this role, and very humbled to be in this role in regards to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. So Mado.
Hadam Chichalis, another edition of the Seminole Nation radio program. Have a good day. Be nice to one another. Wash your hands and social distance. We'll see you next week. Mado.